First and 10, we in the trenches. You like the water cooler, you be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. I'll come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
Now, good evening and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Low. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Chip Carter. Along with Chip Carter, he just yells down the hallway while I'm in the middle of talking. All right, everybody's got any more information?
Hey, Kevin, wait.
It's distraction time for me. I don't even know what I'm trying to say now. Welcome to the Full Throttle Powersports and Low Post Game Show. I think it's 57-0 East Rutherford was the final. 2:55 left in the Burns game. Burns is up 35-21. And I'm gonna let Chip give some scores while I figure out what in the world is.
While people yell at me.
Oh, I don't know. Let me check.
All right, y'all can't hear right there. There you go. Here,
There's Tom.
I'll hook you guys up. Y'all probably can't hear me.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
All right, so now I think we got it covered in the studio at least, but I'm going to let you guys tell the folks at home what's going on. Welcome to the post-game show. Burns and Kramer's still alive. Lincoln and Newton Connor just ended, so I do have a final for that one.
Is Cherville
He said they were off the air, so I guess that's the final.
We'll find out.
I'll ask. But go ahead from there.
All right, good deal. Well, let's take a look here. So scores in black are final. Scores in red are still ongoing, or we have not confirmed that they are final. I'm not even going to tell y'all. Just do what we normally do, okay, guys?
Why, what would that be, Chip?
Yeah, I'm going to let you figure that out, okay? I'm the least experienced one here. Y'all should know, we should know this. All right. Final scores. Crest defeats South Point 42-7. Somebody start yelling a score for me, please, somewhere from down the hall. Newton Conover defeats North Lincoln 42-22. It's Mountain Island over Thomas Jefferson 28-7. Lincolnton shuts out Bessemer City 57-0. St. Stephen's blanks Alexander Central 21-0. Watauga wins big over Freedom 42-20. We have nothing on, well, we'll get back to that. Mooresville defeats South Iredell 48-10. We've got identical 35-0 shutouts for Lake Norman over Statesville and Davie County over North Iredell. And then the games that are currently going on, Burns has started pulling away from Stuart Kramer 35-21. West Lincoln up big on Cherryville 51-20. We think that game should be over. We just haven't confirmed the final score. And we have nothing from South Caldwell versus McDowell. That might be the Bermuda Triangle of Friday night football tonight. So.
Well, that McDowell score is always hard to get. Chip.
Almost as hard as North Gaston. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dennis.
Oh, you want me to do the middle column?
I'm not
Chip?
even honoring that with a response.
Okay. Well, we have the East High Cavaliers.
Hey, East Rutherford won 57. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jeep.
You did.
I'm the only one that didn't holler, remember?
Yeah, there you go. Making you feel part of the team.
Thank Gee, thanks. East Rutherford 57, Drone a 0. It was Chase. It's not a final, but it's High Brighton 55, Chase 26. We do have a final on RS 56, Patton 7. Kings Mountain, we do have a final now, folks. Kings Mountain managed to squeak by tonight, 65-0. That'll make a lot of folks over in Kings Mountain happy. We have the Hunter Huss and Forest View, not a final, but it's Hunter Huss 32, Forest View 22. We do have a final on East Gaston and Highland Tech. It's East Gaston 34, Highland Tech 0. Oh, and Chip, I'm sorry, but the Irwin team looked so good tonight early on, but the final is AC Reynolds 14, Irwin 10. Better luck next week. And we have a non-final score, and that is the Roberson Rams 41, Asheville Cougars 13. We do have a final on the Starmount 7, East Wilkes 0 score. We have a not final on Ashe County versus North Wilkes. Ashe County leads 27-21. We have a not final score with Allegheny and West Wilkes, and that's Allegheny 7, West Wilkes 0. And Elkin and Wilkes is not final, but it's Wilkes 34, Elkin 10. And we welcome to the studio Steve DeGree. Take it away, Will.
All right. Carvin Community College. Carvin Community Cardinals.
What school is it?
Carvin Community Cardinals defeats Pine Lake Prep 38-0. Lincoln Charter defeats Langtree Prep 43-42. East Burke defeats West Cardwell 48-8. I called that score earlier, but it wasn't there yet. East Lincoln defeats West Iredell 41-14. This score is not final as of yet. Bandy's 14, Ford 0. Mayton is losing to Hickory 38-21. North Stanley defeats Albemarle 37-0. Community School at Davidson beats Lake Norman Charter 35-7. North Rowan defeats South Stanley 20-14. And let's see what we got. Mountain Heritage defeats Polk County 51-8. Mitchell is leading Owen 28-0, and Hendersonville is I think that game's over. Is defeating Madison 49-3.
It's over one way or another.
It's over. It's over enough.
You're not giving them a fighting chance.
It's
Come
over
on.
enough. It's over. They have destroyed them, so it's over enough.
Oh. Well,
Did you go to that game, by the way, Steve? Wow. History. Crest is probably the worst defeat they've ever put on South Point. And Steve DeGree was there to witness.
Steve DeGree was there to witness it.
He's our lucky charm. He needs to come to every game from now on.
Hey, Steve.
Well, folks, we're gonna. That's watching here in a few months. We're gonna. JP, you in commercial? He didn't tell me, but all right. So we're gonna go to commercial, folks.
JP, you in commercial?
And when we come back, we're gonna officially start the post game show on the radio.
On the radio.
So we'll be right
Hey,
back.
y'all make sure y'all come back. This is the Holland Show.
Just
10-14, and the temperature is 59 degrees.
Yes, Cleveland County, there is a local Ford dealer in our area that wants to be your go-to for your next Ford, and that's Legendary Ford in Forest City. First of all, Legendary Ford in Forest City is locally owned and operated by folks that live right here. Plus, they offer the best in service. You get service after the sale. Locals serving local folks just like you. That's Legendary Ford, 565 Oak Street in Forest City, online at legendaryford.com.
You pull, you save money at Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal in Shelby and Lincoln. And yes, they buy cars and trucks, any year, any size, any condition. They'll even come and tow your vehicle in. They might even buy your house. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. That's Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 till 5, Monday through Friday at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. And like them on Facebook, too. Mention this radio ad and save 10% off labor from Johnson & Family Construction. Johnson Family Construction specializes in all phases of remodeling. They do it all, from painting to flooring to decks. Make your home come alive with a remodeled facelift. For more information and a free estimate, call Johnson Family Construction at 828-244-7087. Again, 828-244-7087. Serving Gaston, Lincoln, Cleveland, Mecklenburg, and Rutherford counties, along with parts of South Carolina. That's Johnson & Family Construction.
At Coyote Tractor, we hold dirt in the highest regard. That's why we're digging up some of our best deals so you can get out there and plan. We've got cash back and 0% financing offers available on 22 to 110 horsepower tractors, utility vehicles, and zero-turn mowers. Coyote, we dig dirt. Offer cannot be combined. Financing subject to credit approval. Some restrictions apply. See your authorized Coyote Tractor dealer for details.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, 27 West intersection in Vail.
Escape the elements and get back to comfortable with James River Equipment's Back to Cool special. Step inside a John Deere 3R, 4R, or 5E 3-cylinder tractor and enjoy the ultimate operator experience. The premium cab keeps you out of the dust, dirt, and
I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am. You hear them pads going click, 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 click. You hear them clicks going tap, 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 tap. 704 beats by Alex J. Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, don't punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. 4 receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes. So all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
And good evening and welcome to the Throttle Powersports post-game show with the Mafia of KC Broadcasting. We have the Monarch, Calvin Hastings, the Godfather, Dennis Davis, the Boss, Kevin Hastings. And as always, we have Steve Degree, the Hitman. No, he's the Enforcer, sorry.
He's the Enforcer.
Wheels, the Hitman, Chips the Collector, JP the Fixer, back from Disney, which I know nobody really cares. I'm back, but I mean, it's not like they really missed me last week.
You had to go get a new lightsaber or something.
Obviously, well, no. I needed a new lightsaber because I don't have one, so I had to get it. I didn't really have a choice. But I think people are more interested about the football games from tonight, so they really don't care about my personal life.
Oh, really?
All right,
no, they
let's
don't.
go.
How long have you left your house undefended because you needed a lightsaber? Your family's unsafe. I didn't know. We could have robbed JP with it because his lightsaber was broke this whole time.
Because it's light.
Guys, I think people are more interested in the football games. Just like that.
I don't know, JP. That lightsaber.
That lightsaber sounds pretty interesting.
It was $250. It better be.
Jeez almighty.
Do you know how many Crest football tickets you could buy for that, JP? My goodness. You
Not
could
really,
support
no.
local high school football around here.
Wow.
JP, you spent $250 on a toy.
No,
JP.
my grandmother
No,
did.
that's a weapon,
my
house
grandmother.
protection device.
Collector's item.
JP, the only thing I'm
Come on,
going to
Will.
say is that your lightsaber's better than your buddies who had one made too.
That $250 better than any $250 you spent on Green Bay Packer, apparently. I'll tell you that.
Touche, Kevin. Touche.
I've got pictures from last week.
What is concerned with last week? We showed it on Friday night. We showed it on Saturday. Now we got to show it again.
What?
Oh, jeez, somebody.
Oh my goodness.
Is that
I
Miles
must have
Garrett?
missed something last week.
It's just a thing of beauty.
Miles
It's just a
Garrett,
thing
man.
of beauty.
See, don't nobody care about me. This is how y'all treat me. I mean, we're live.
We look so
across
good
the
last
world.
week.
Oh,
in the
I
Browns
remember.
gear.
Y'all made a bet that
Yeah.
for
But
this
Steve's a
Friday.
Cowboys fan, so y'all got to wear like half a Packers and half
No.
half a jersey. Like,
Oh,
how do y'all
that'd
got to
be-
handle it? What do y'all?
That'd be an awesome outfit. You know?
Well, it's like kissing
like a
your sister's a
two-face.
tie. Is what they say. Y'all got. What are y'all gonna? Y'all wanna like? Y'all ain't gonna kiss or anything. is it?
Absolutely not. It ain't
Okay.
that serious.
We just ain't that serious.
It ain't that
Got a
serious.
good personality.
It's
Meanwhile,
not that
back at the
serious.
gridiron.
Welcome to the Full Throttle Post Game Show.
You can
folks.
take that down.
No, I just want to show the folks.
Be honest, it was hilarious to look
That
at
was
for me.
last week. That's the best.
I missed that.
Listen, that's
Will,
one of the best
Will,
pictures we've ever had.
Will,
Okay,
Will the thrill. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Hey, listen. I took it on the head last week. Why am I reliving it every week now?
Cause they tied.
yeah, because you tied.
Yeah,
Until y'all win.
If we the one,
Y'all got beat by the
it'll be
Browns.
off me right
Then
now.
you kissed your sister
Yeah,
on
if
Sunday.
we the one,
That's
it'll be off me right now.
Y'all-
So okay, I got you.
Y'all
I got
struggling
you.
right now. All right, we do have some scores, believe it or not. Tell everybody out there. A lot of broadcasts tonight here for KTC Broadcasting. We've had some good games tonight. 3 top 10 matchups tonight, and they did not disappoint.
3.
We had East Lincoln and West Iredell Mustangs win over the Warriors. Hickory was down the whole game in the first half to Maiden, and they turned around and put like 30 straight points on the Blue Devils, and they've took over that lead, and they're up late. We'll get the final score on that. And then our other top 10 matchup, another blowout, Crest over the South Point Red Raiders. So we had 3 top 10 games tonight, and none of them were actually close. The Maiden Hickory game was close for a while, and then in the fourth quarter, Hickory just like, I don't know what they did. They did some good halftime adjustments because it was 21-7 at one point.
How well did
I guess they
Cleveland
scored
County
31
do
straight.
tonight, Kevin? You know,
Cleveland County tonight.
yeah, sometimes we give that Cleveland County combined score.
Oh, combined. That's for,
Yeah, he didn't do
I
it
do
this
some
week.
counting. They were 4-0, I believe.
3-0.
Who did?
3-0. Shelby was
played.
off this week.
Shelby didn't give up a point this week. Crest, Kings Mountain, and Burns are going to combine for 142 points. And they gave up 28. 21 of them were given up by Burns. So Kings Mountain 65-0. Guys, that Kings Mountain score, it was 7-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were thinking, North Gaston's is making an attempt here. They're going to make a run,
Yeah.
giving Kings Mountain some hell, and nothing. It changed very quickly. So some teams have been making some halftime adjustments, pretty good there, and putting it on. And West Lincoln pulled away from Cherville there late. Burns scrapes by. Kramer will let Tom tell a little bit more about that as well. So I'm gonna let Chip sit here, and you guys can go over the scores and more here on KTC Broadcasting. Red scores are still active. We don't know their final. They could be final. Black scores are finals. If you're listening on the radio, you don't want to know what we're talking about. The show is live on YouTube. You can go watch us live on YouTube. We're going to have some highlights and more. And, guys, we're going to have the incomplete pass of the year.
Incomplete
pass of the year
I
coming up.
argue that
Oh,
it's
somebody
complete,
snagged something on
Kevin.
the sideline.
It's complete.
No, the referee blew
I don't care.
a really bad
The rules
call.
he followed.
Oh, no.
He followed every tenet of the rules.
Oh, no.
It's complete.
Poor kid. He had the catch of his lifetime, and the refs just said incomplete. We'll go over it in a minute. Unbelievable. Great play. All right, Chip, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you go over what's going on right now. As like I said, the folks watching at home, those red scores are active, and we do have the finals are black. So I'm going to turn it over to Chip and let him get going. I'm working on the top 10 power poll standings coming up for next
boy,
week. So
here we go.
I'm going to let
Top
Chip take this
10.
away.
I also heard in pregame what you said about Shelby. I was listening.
What I say?
You said even if Shelby win, we're still gonna be behind.
Y'all going to be mad next week. So
Yeah,
I'll
you said-
go ahead and promise. If you win, you're going to be mad next week.
Yeah. I heard what
But
you
keep on winning.
said. Yeah, the cream will rise to the top.
That's all right. Good evening, folks. Once again, welcome to the Full Throttle Powersports Low post-game show. Chip Carter along with Steve DeGree. Dennis Davis, Will Boykins, Kevin Hastings, and JP in the studio. Making us sound good, I guess. Is that right, JP?
Trying to.
Right, that's right.
Trying-
It's a challenge.
Trying to.
sometimes.
He did speak up that time.
That's right.
Careful,
So,
or he'll take his lightsaber to you.
I'm not even going to warrant that with a response. But anyway, moving right on. That's kind of like the Irwin AC Reynolds game. I'm just not even going to look.
Very, the best thing you could do.
Yeah, that's right. All right, looking at the scoreboard here. I'm not, guys, you know what to do. All right, final scores is Crest defeating South Point 42-7. Burns defeats Kramer 35-21. Newton Conover over North Lincoln 42-22. As West Lincoln defeats the Ironman of Cherryville 51-20. Mountain Island comes in and defeats Thomas Jefferson 28-7. Lincolnton shuts out Bessemer City 57-0. It's St. Stephen's blanking Alexander Central 21-0. Watauga defeats Freedom 42-20. Last update, we finally have a score update. McDowell leading South Caldwell Big 54-36. And that rivals Lincoln Charter Lane Tree Prep as the high scoring game of the night. It's Mooresville defeating South Iredale 48-10. That McDowell, South Caldwell, we have not confirmed as final yet, but 54-36, that's the score. And then we have a couple of 35-0 games. Lake Norman Wildcats defeat Statesville 35-0, and Davie County shuts out North Iredale 35-0. Dennis, by all means, take over.
Are you sure? Okay. What we've got here in the middle column, we have got the East Rutherford Cavaliers dominating tonight, 57-0 over Drone. We have the High Brighton Panthers dominating the Chase Trojans tonight, 62-30. We have RS Central tonight dominating the Patton Panthers, 56-7. Kevin, we may have to talk about Rutherford County dominating after all these scores tonight. We've got Kings Mountain, 65. North Gaston, nothing. 0. Zip. Nada. We've got Hunter Huss, 32. Forest View, 22. 29. Okay. Change. Thank you, Steve.
Change.
Hard to keep up with Chip on this thing. Highland Tech, 10. East Gaston, 34. We've got the Rockets of AC Reynolds, 14. And the Irwin Warriors, 10. Asheville Cougars didn't do too well tonight. They had 13, but the Roberson Rams had 41. It was Starmount Rams, 7. The East Wilkes Cardinals, 0. It was the Ashe County Huskies, 27, and the North Wilkes Vikings, 21.
That's actually
That
updated.
changed. Just
Yeah,
updated just
score.
as you was reading it
All
off.
right.
There you
Well,
go.
let's see what we got. What's the final?
It's not final, is it? But Ashe County leads North Wilkes 33-28.
33.
I just got that one, Dennis. Sorry, that's why I was updating.
That's why we listen here. It's just up to the minute scores.
Yeah.
33-28. Okay. They'll probably score again before I finish here. We got Allegheny Trojans, 7. The West Wilkes Blackhawks, 0. And we have the Wilkes Central Eagles, 34. And the Elkin Bucking Elks, 16.
All right. It was the community school. It was Carver Community, 38. Pine Lake Prep, 0. Lincoln Charter, 43. Lane Tree, 42. East Burke, 48. West Caldwell, 8.
Coach Calder?
Yes.
East Lincoln, 41. West Iredale, 14. Bandy's, 20. Fort, 0. Maiden had the game wrapped up early in the game. They let the Red Tornadoes from Hickory storm back. The 38-21 is the final there. And they was down in the second half and came back and won that ball game, 38-21. North Stanley defeats Albemarle 37-0. Community School of Davidson's defeats Lake Norman Lake Norman Charter, 35-7. North Rowan defeats South Stanley 20-14, and Mountain Heritage beats Polk County 51-8. Mitchell defeats Owen 40-7. And don't have the final, but I think it's a final. I said it before. Hendersonville 49, Madison 3.
We do not have that as a final yet, Will.
Do not have that as a final.
I'm looking at another.
But it's a final.
I'm looking at another short. Well,
it's
the game.
Been over,
the
it's been over a long time.
Game's not in doubt. Is that what you're telling us right there?
Hey, Chip, check that Elkin score. I had them as 16, and on the board here we've got it as 10.
Let me double check that for you. Let's see. Double look across the board, but and I'm sure we'll get some folks calling in. I know we'll have probably Robbie Roop, David Potter, and Tom Cinefani probably call in here shortly. I'm sure they're communicating with Kevin right now when they want to call in.
Coach, you was out at the Crest game.
Yeah, Coach, you was out. You went and saw firsthand with Shelby having the bye week. You went to the Crest game to watch Crest defeat South Point. I think we're all sitting here just surprised by the, not necessarily that Crest won, but just the margin of victory.
Well, what I'm looking forward to tonight is the Crest report given to us by Steve DeGree.
Well, so we had a bye, and the coaches at South Point and Shelby coaches, we got a pretty good report, and the coaches at Crest. Matter of fact, I saw Skip Young earlier today over at Shelby. He does tutoring with kids, and he looked me in my face and said, if we can get South Point to the third phase of their offense, which is the option, that we got them, because they're not going to outrun us to the flanks.
No.
They might beat us up the middle, but if we can get them to the third phase of the offense, and when they pitch, and that's exactly what happened. Every time they ran the pitch, when they pitched it, they fumbled it. They fumbled the ball three consecutive times, and Chris scored. Now, Chris got the ball the first time, took it all the way down, and didn't score. And they stopped, and then South Point got the ball back. And they ran the ball, but every time they would do the option, they either fumble it or they lose yardage. Right. And Chris had too much team speed. I knew Chris might could beat him up the middle. There's no way South Point was going to get to the outside. They were just they was flying to the football.
So did they change the offense up, their defense up this week as well? Because they normally don't have nobody head over the center. Did they put somebody head up over the center?
It didn't make no difference, because I think they was playing gap defense, and they was conceiving up the middle. And I also told Skip, if you get 2 or 3 touchdowns ahead of South Point, even though they did it last year, they can't come back, because even when South Point did score their touchdown, they got the second half kickoff. It took them 7 minutes.
Oh, they ate the clock up.
Yeah, 7 minutes just to get that one score.
They ate the clock up.
Even if they'd have got the ball back again, it took 7 more minutes. By this time, it's in the fourth quarter, and you still would have been down 2 scores. But they could not stop Chris' offense.
So the strategy: score quick against South Point, and then wait them out.
Get ahead of them. That's the only way you're gonna beat them.
All right, guys, real quick. I got Juwan Wilson.
One more thing too.
Go ahead.
Can you believe they had a running clock?
No.
South Point and Chris had a running 4-quarter clock, you guys.
Well, Steve, we always say when you go to South Point and you get off the bus, you're behind 14 points.
Right.
Or when South Point come to Crest, they were behind 21 points.
Oh, really? It was amazing.
All right, folks, we got Juwan Wilson in the house, Cherville Ironman alum, former running back for the Cherville Ironman, and also he's doing the announcing for the Ironman this year on WCSL with Brian Free. We've got Ironman and West Lincoln highlights. It's been a while since they've played each other, Juwan. They haven't. It's. I'm gonna pull up the stats here for a second. Terry sent them to me earlier today. Of course, we go all the way back. So here we go. Here's the special news for the Cherville West Lincoln matchup. At one point, it was tied, I believe, 35-35. Let me read this. All right, here we go. Series started back in 1977 with a Cherville victory over West Lincoln, 34-7, and then win by West the next year, tied the mark at 1-1. Let's see. As the two schools entered the 2012 game, the history had West at 18 wins, Cherville 17. We did not know that West would then run on 12 straight wins after that. Let's see. Do you want to ask me what happened in the 90s? because he was being specific about, we lost. But so 97 West won 23-18, and 98 Cherville won 38-13, and in 99 we beat them 39-22. By 10-year spans. Let's see.
Hold on. You ain't got 2001 because that's the year I played and I went crazy.
Well, he might.
Let's talk about that year.
He might have skipped that. That's what I'm saying.
I do.
He might have skipped that. Let's see. By 10-year spans, the first 10 years West was 6-4. The next 10 years 5-5. The next year's West 6-4. West 6-4, and then now 7-0 with 12 straight. 1970s West 2 wins to Cherville 1. The 80s it was 5-5. 90s 5-5. 2000s 5-5, and 2010s 9-1. 2020s 4-0. They did not play in the COVID year. So he did not say your 2001 season. Maybe he'll get back to you here in a minute. 'Cause I know he's listening.
Okay.
So Juwan does want to know. That's what I told him. I was like, a lot of people a lot of people don't remember, they see Cherville and Bessemer now in the 1A, the low 1As, 2As, that we were actually a 2A competitive school beating Lincoln in the West back in the day in those late 90s. But all right, Juwan, tonight West Lincoln goes up 7-0 on this Gus Avery touchdown. And we're going to roll through these and let you tell us about some of these plays here. Here's McElvaney keeping it himself.
Yeah, McElvaney had a pretty decent night. He did have, let me see. McElvaney ended up with 70 yards rushing tonight. Heavener ended up with 111 yards rushing tonight. The quarterback, Jaden Adams, ended up with 69 yards rushing. And Whitworth had 11 yards rushing.
How about this kid Stratford, the speed on him, Juwan?
Yeah, he did have. You know what? Their guys had a little bit of wiggle to them tonight. The quarterback for West Lincoln, he ended up with 135 yards, and he had 125 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. And y'all was showing that first one he had, which was a long one. Just didn't have an answer for him tonight. And then when we did put together good drives, we just couldn't capitalize. We had the blocked field goal.
Well, that's what we're watching here. Steve, what's the exact rule on the blocked field goal?
Yeah, because everybody was confused about
extra point or active. We were wondering
what you mean.
If the ball goes forward back, can you run it back? Is it dead? Is it extra point or live or regular field goal?
If it don't pass the line of scrimmage, it's a live ball.
So if it's tipped and goes past the line of scrimmage, dead ball. If it's blocked behind the line of scrimmage, live ball. Now, what about extra points? Does it matter extra point? Is it dead on the extra point? That's what Brian was asking. But this was a live. This is a live field goal.
But you can't run an extra point back.
Right.
You can run a field goal back.
Gotcha. So that's what West Lincoln did.
Yeah, they most definitely did.
This is the replay of them running it back, right, or the end of that. All right, Rebels take a 30-6 lead right here on a Cole Carpenter run off tackle. Then the Rebels will go 37-6 on another Cole Carpenter run. This one's from about 20-some yards out. How many yards did you get? How many yards total the Rebels ended up having rushing?
I can add it up real quick.
Where did they play? Sherwood?
Yeah, it was at home. Yeah.
So what happened on this? Is this a fumble here?
Yeah.
He
fumbled it, and he fumbled it right on the line, and they picked it up. He didn't have to go far at all. By that time, the Ironmen were a little dejected. It was just a tough night for him.
This Jackson Heavener getting in, making it 44-14.
Heavener did make a difference, small difference being back. I know he had been out for 2 or 3 weeks. But West Lincoln was just too much for us tonight.
Steve, you seen that offense before?
Oh, yeah.
You saw it a couple weeks ago, too.
Yeah. That right there, we call it the old spin trap.
Yeah.
We spin around and give it to the back coming back.
Well, there's Adams on the keeper, and he goes around the end for the touchdown that made it 51-20 Ironmen. Next week, Juwan, what's your new schedule?
East Gaston at home. Homecoming.
East Gaston. Homecoming for Cherville for folks. Tune in and check that out.
That'd be winnable.
Thank Juwan.
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule. It's only about 2 more wins out there for us. I mean, I hate to say it out loud, but it is what it is. We should be East Gaston next week. I hope we do. And, got Bessemer circled at the end of the year. After everything in between that, it's going to be tough. Yes.
Juwan, did your father play for Cherville?
No, sir. He did not.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I'm so old that I remember about the time your dad would have been playing for Cherryville.
He knows a lot of Wilsons. He might know. He probably knows them.
Well, we were a Bessemer family. I was the first kid in my generation to go to Cherryville. Around 99, 2000, they started redrawing the lines and stuff.
Bessemer the same way, but they all used to wear crest out. When we first started, we started our program in the fall of '67. They didn't know how to put on their pants. They didn't know where the pads went in the thigh pads and everything. Coleman Hunt and that crowd, they had never played any kind of pee-wee football or anything. And we'd come over to Cherryville and they'd just wear us out. We'd go to Chase, they'd wear us out. We'd go to Lincoln, Von Ray Harris would wear you out.
I've heard that name before.
City,
He'll run a polecat on you.
Yeah. And
all right,
we ain't even talking about Shelby.
Well, Juwan, good luck next week. Who's your MVP tonight?
My MVP, our overall was Jackson Hefner with 111 yards. Our sub of the game was Corey Malcolmson. Offensive player was J.J. McElhaney. Defensive was Maddox Kerrigan, and our sub of the game. And our key play of the game was the Jaden Adams rush touchdown, and we gave it to him because it was the first drive of the game where they actually finished it, and they looked good that whole drive. I do know that West Lincoln had some subs in by then, but hey, it is what it is.
All right, folks. Ironmen fall tonight to the Rebels, 51-20. Thank you, Juwan, for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
I don't know if Rob's still in the line. We're going to talk to him in just a second.
Rob will be on the line.
I'm looking for a thumbs up from JP, but I haven't got it yet.
He's not going to miss a chance to talk about the Chargers beating South Point like they did tonight.
Oh, man, I've seen that.
We do have Rob on the line. All right. Rob, you there?
Yeah, guys, how's it going?
All right, want to make sure you're there before I start talking. I'm pulling up some highlights for you guys. Crest squeaks by South Point tonight, 42-7. News to me, Rob. I didn't know. And they just told. I guess we found out in the house today. Running clock is no longer 40 points. Is it 35 now?
Yeah.
It's 30. Yeah, they've at 35 points now for a running clock, and I mean, come on. At some point, that gets to be ridiculous. And I understand you don't want teams running scores up, but you are literally taking the ball away from any backup kids at all getting a chance to play in the game.
Yeah.
That's terrible. 35 points is terrible.
Well, I've got Crest starting off 7-0. Jason Black on the touchdown off tackle. Nice little run here for the Chargers. My highlights are kind of not in a row, Rob. So I'm just going to kind of let y'all guys talk through it, and I'm going to scroll through the highlights.
Yeah, that was big tonight. Is that Jason Black go in and Malachi Gamble had been at the running back spot for Crest. And been dealing with some injury situation, and they wanted to get Jason some more carries tonight. He had 10 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown tonight. Great addition to the backfield for Crest. They've been playing wide receiver some, and just you get Brock Melton back, you move him into the slot position, move Jason back into the backfield. Going to give you more options back there. Majay Thompson had another phenomenal night. I believe 93, 94 yards receiving with a touchdown. Our player of the game was Eli Hamrick again. Passed for 260, 2 touchdowns, had another 50 rushing and 2 more touchdowns. Phenomenal job for him. But we just can't say enough about this defense. Talking about the turnovers, and Crest was really doing a good job, especially when South Point would try to get to the outside. But a guy that really played well in the middle of the Crest defense tonight, Tavian Wisnett, did a phenomenal job in the middle. And you got to think, too, Crest did not have their starting middle linebacker tonight. Chris Gunter was out tonight. They were missing him. So to have that kind of performance defensively for Crest, I think says a lot. They were really forced. One thing we talked about, really forced South Point to hurry a lot. And once they started doing that, that's when you started seeing the turnovers happen.
Rob, we were talking earlier before you came on the line about what Crest did tonight. You know, normally you put a hat on everybody coming out of the backfield, but this was more like you guys couldn't get the pitch, or South Point couldn't get the pitch going. What's your observation?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I thought Crest's speed to the outside was phenomenal tonight. That was They just did. South Point really had nobody that could get to the corner tonight against the Crest defense. Once you took that part of the fullback dive is always going to be there for South Point. I think Playas had about 110 yards rushing on the night from his fullback spot. They're going to fall forward for 3 or 4 yards. That's just what they do. But once you get them behind the chains and try to force them into doing some things they don't want to do, it helps makes you that much better. Again, though, still 42-7. I don't think anybody saw that coming. This is a lot of people saying, maybe between these two teams and East Lincoln and Hickory, maybe the 4 best teams in 5A, and to get the job done like they did was pretty impressive.
Well, I was listening to you tonight, and the thing that surprised me, South Point is a first down machine normally.
Yeah.
And tonight, they didn't get those first downs like they normally do. What was Crest doing other than cutting off the outside pitch to stop them from picking up those first downs?
No, that was the big thing, Dennis. Was they took part of that offense away. We talk about the fullback dive, the quarterback keeper, and the pitch man. Crest took the pitch entirely away. The pitch play was not there at all tonight for South Point. So you ran the fullback dive, you quarterback keeper, where you was getting about third and 4, and Crest was able to hold them there. And then the great thing was Crest got up 28-0. Well, Keys Mountain. South Point comes out in the third quarter, start that quarter. They go a 7-minute drive. Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, well, this is great. Hey, South Point wants to run this thing now, man, baby. You run that clock all you want to, because you've not shown you can stop Crest, and you just take 7 minutes of the clock up. You hurt yourself. So, but again, I think it was Crest did a good job of taking something away from South Point in their offense. Normally they got 3 different ways they want to go with it, and the outside pitch just was not there at all tonight.
Well, this was the surprising part to me. It's always been the philosophy against South Point. You put that big nose guard right there, nose tackle, and you stop them from coming up the middle, and you hit the quarterback, and you hit the fullback, and you shut it down. And then they got to where in the last few years that those little short passes, screen passes, and they would throw that to the wide out. They'd make the pitch and everything. So a completely different defensive philosophy tonight, and it really worked. So congratulations to the defensive coordinator, Mr. Toms, tonight.
Hey,
I thought the thing that I like they did too is they kept fresh bodies up front. There was a constant rotation of defensive linemen in and out for Crest. I thought that helped as much as anything too. They just kept fresh bodies in there on against that front of South Point. Really made it different as well. So I thought a good decision there.
Yeah, Robert. This is Steve. I was at the game. I was sitting down there beside your wife, and I told her when I was
she told me she seen you.
I told her once y'all got up, I knew South Point wasn't gonna be able to come back. And I told her earlier too. I talked to Coach Young over at Shelby, and he said once they take away the pitch that they had a defense for them, and it was exactly right. Once y'all took the pitch away, that South Point had nothing for you because they don't have a catch up offense. And then when Bleach did throw it, a couple of them should have been intercepted. That one should have been a pick 6 for y'all, Robbie. And then they tried to throw that little seam pass, the one they got on you before. That what none of that.
Oh
there.
yeah.
What none of that there. So y'all defensive coach has done a great job. But Coach Young said y'all had them where you want them at. Plus then, I've been coaching so long. I coached Curtis' daddy. His daddy named Curtis. So that just show you how long me and Skip go. We go a long way back. So, I was just shocked that y'all beat them like that.
Well, Robbie, the only example I can cite that's similar to this is remember those years we played Charlotte Catholic in the playoffs at Charlotte Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did was we got off to a fast start, and we'd get like a 14-point lead or a 21-point lead. And I was on top of the press box up there with Scott Neisler, and we were watching, and I said to Scott, they can't come back. they keep running these plays, and it takes them such a long period of time. And one of the coaches from Charlotte Catholic turned around and sort of showed himself to us and said, yeah, they had been dominating, but they'd been dominating like a steamroller. And Crest stopped the steamroller and rolled up the points. And that's the way you beat that offense like Catholic and like South Point. You get ahead, they can't catch up.
They can't, cause Crest getting 50 yards a pop and they getting 4 yards a pop. That ain't going to work. That's not going to work, Robbie. So,
Robbie, I do want to talk to you about one play. So they put Pluto at receiver. He had one
H-back.
reception for.
He was at H-back, I think.
H-back.
think
So he had one. He had one reception for how many yards and a touchdown?
40.
I believe it was 40, 43, 44 yards.
That's pretty
I think
good
it
average.
was for a touchdown. Yeah,
And
that's
they still trying to catch
they've
him
got
right
the
now.
offense, and they don't break it out a whole lot. But when they do, they know that Pluto can make the catch, and he's one of those guys. And once you get an athlete in space, good things happen.
Well,
And
Robbie,
so that was, prime example. And right quick, do want to mention they did recognize Lyric Pluto tonight on their selection of the Shrine Bowl, and also Coach Lloyd and his selection as being one of the assistant coaches. They recognize those guys as well tonight.
Well, somewhere
and
next
don't forget
week
that-
in a film room, some coach is going to see that, and he's going to say, "Uh-oh."
That's a new wrinkle.
And also Robbie, also Robbie the kid from Shelby, he made the Shrine Bowl too. I want to put that in there. Put that in the head. Brent Morgan, our long snapper. I think that's the first time.
Yeah, long snapper.
Ever
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, have ever
as
been
well.
Ever been in the Shrine Bowl from Shelby? We had a lot of great offensive snappers, but Brett, 3-year starter, I think he like number 46 in the state, long snapper. He made the Shrine Bowl too as a long snapper, and I know he's very proud, and I'm proud.
That's a lot from the county that's going to the Shrine Bowl. We may end up with one or two, but that's.
And also Calvin Ramsor, he made the East West All Star. He made the East West All Star game.
Yeah.
So he tried out for the Shrine Bowl too, but didn't make it. But he got picked for the East West All Star game, and they play the Shrine Bowl that Saturday, the 20th, and the East West All Star game that Sunday. So I'll be on the road.
But guys, good job, and we'll just get ready to go again next week against Hunter Huss Huskies.
All right, Rob. Thank you. You guys did a good job.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, folks, that's Rob Roop, and I'm going to let Chip give the scores, then we're going to take another break here on KTC Broadcasting.
Come on, Chipper.
All right, real quick, running down these scores. Hopefully we'll have a few more finals when we get back from the break. But the scores as we had them right now, scores that we have not confirmed as final. McDowell is leading South Caldwell 54-36. High Brighton leading Chase 62-32. Hunter Huss holding a lead against Forest View 32-29. TC Robertson leading Asheville 41-13. Ashe County holding on against North Wilkes 33-28. Hendersonville up big on Madison 49-3. Based on Will, that game's over. These scores are final. Crest defeats South Point 42-7. We just heard from Robbie Root. It was Burns over Kramer 35-21. Newton Conover defeats North Lincoln 42-22. West Lincoln over Cherryville 51-20. Jawan Wilson came in and gave us the lowdown on that game. Mountain Island defeats Thomas Jefferson 28-7. Lincolnton shuts out Bessemer City 57-0. St. Stephen's blanks Alexander Central 21-0. It's Watauga defeating Freedom 42-20. Mooresville defeats South Iredell 48-10. Lake Norman Wildcats over Statesville 35-0. Davie County over North Iredell 35-0. East Rutherford defeats Drawn 57-0. 56-7 is the final score. RS Central defeats Patton. Kings Mountain shuts out North Gaston 65-0. A lot of shutouts tonight. East Gaston shuts out Highland Tech 34-0. AC Reynolds defeats Irwin 14-10. And I've got indigestion now. Starmount defeats East Wilkes 7-0. Allegheny defeats West Wilkes 7-0. 34-10. Wilkes Central defeats the Bucking Elks of Elkin. Corvian Community shuts out Pine Lake Prep 38-0. Lincoln Charter comes back to defeat Lane Tree Prep 43-42. It's East Burke over West Caldwell 48-8. East Lincoln defeats West Iredell 41-14. Bandy's over Ford 20-0. Hickory comes back to defeat Maiden 38-21. North Stanley defeats Albemarle 37-0. Community School Davidson over Lake Norman Charter 35-7. North Rowan over South Stanley 20-14. Mountain Heritage wins big over Polk County 51-8. And Mitchell defeats Charles D. Owen 40-7. We'll be right back. This is the Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell post-game show. We'll be back in a few minutes. KTZ Broadcasting.
Have you got a ping, pang, ding sound coming out of your car or truck? Well, then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to an oil change, and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 17 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby today. They also do AC and heater repair. Get a running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441. Is your car's windshield cracking you up? If so, you need to see the windshield doctor. That's Carolina Auto Glass at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Carolina Auto Glass can handle all of your insurance claims. Shop local, deal with Carolina Auto Glass. They do free estimates on site. Just call 704-480-1885 for Carolina Auto Glass. Located at 408 South Post Road in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, where you get safety and satisfaction. Online at CarolinaAutoGlass.net and see their page at WhatsAppShopper.com. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded, and 2 strikes. Now, that's a tough situation for any team. And not having your taxes done properly is a problem for you, too. That's when you call on Kimberly Spicer, CPA and public attorney. She has the team you can count on. She can assist you with your small business and your tax preparation. In Shelby, call 704-482-4358, and in Forest City, 828-245-8351. Kimberly Spicer, CPA and attorney, 214 North Morgan Street in Shelby and 118 East Main Street, Forest City. What happens when you get bitten by a mosquito?
It just sucks.
And what happens if you get bit by a fire ant?
That sucks too.
That's when you call H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. They'll rid your yard of mosquitoes and fire ants. Certain pests can be very dangerous and even deadly to humans and pets. Schedule your free inspection today by calling 704-482-2847. Protect your family today by calling H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. Online at hhpci.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Setting your tee time has never been easier than now. You can book your Deerbrook Golf Club tee time online. Just go to golfnow.com and book your tee time at the Deerbrook Golf Club. Play and ride Monday through Thursday for $42, $37 after 1 p.m. Play and ride Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for $60. Seniors play and ride Monday through Thursday for $37. For more information, call the Deerbrook Golf Club at 704-482-4653. The Deerbrook Golf Club, 201 Deerbrook Drive off Highway 180 North in Shelby.
For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you.
You pull, you save money at Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal in Shelby and Lincoln. And yes, they buy cars and trucks, any year, any size, any condition. They'll even come and tow your vehicle in. They might even buy your house. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. That's Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 till 5, Monday through Friday at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page at whatsuppshopper.com. And like them on Facebook too.
Dig a little deeper in the well, boys. Dig a little deeper in the well. If you want a good and cool drink of water, you gotta dig a little deeper in the well.
Get your cool drink of water by calling the water experts. That's Setzer and Allen Well Company, with over 65 years of experience. From 24-inch bored wells to 6-inch drilled wells, from excavations to well and pump installation and repairs. Just call Setzer and Allen Well Company, 704-460-5809 or 704-477-9177. They are licensed and insured. Or visit the website at SetzerAllenWell.com. Call for your free estimate today. Now open, the all-new Bell Farm Supply LLC, located at 1733 County Line Road, Highway 216, Kings Mountain. Bell Farm Supply now has deer corn, farm fresh meat, and pumpkins, all raised right there on the farm. And they will be opening their own Pick Your Own Pumpkin Patch Saturday, September 27th through October 31st. Come out on weekends and enjoy the fun and food trucks. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and brand new products. That's Bell Farm Supply, now open 1733 County Line Road, Highway 216, Kings Mountain.
A veteran's hope. Where are you hiding? I search for you in the seconds, the minutes of each and every day. Hear me as I call out to you. Welcome me home. Alone we stood, divided we fell. No longer. Now we choose to make the connection. Our new mission lies within. Visit maketheconnection.net to learn more.
And we're back on the Throttle Powersports post-game show with the Mafia of KTZ Broadcasting. And we do have a phone caller. David Potter is on the line.
Got somebody on the line, JP, is that right?
Yeah, it should be David Potter, hopefully.
David Potter on the line, all right. Kevin's helping us get set up here. We're going to try to run down some highlights here real quick. Welcome back to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. Kevin Hastings, Chip Carter, Coach Steve Degree, Dennis Davis, Will Boykins, JP in the studio as well. And I think we got a caller on the phone. Is it David Potter? David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good evening, sir. How's it going?
Not too bad.
All righty. So you were at Newton Conover this evening with the North Lincoln Knights. Is that correct?
That is correct. And the final was Newton Conover 42, North Lincoln 22.
So we're running down some highlights right now. We're looking to see. Let me see if I can run down here and see. There we go. Yep. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin's making sure I'm
Other way.
Yep. Other way. So we're looking at a touchdown right now. Number 20 for North Lincoln scores
Landon Agee.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, it was AG. It was right before the half. They were trailing Newton Conover 21-14. There's about 50 seconds left to go in the first half on this. Give us your rundown as we look at some of these highlights. Give us your rundown and kind of your assessment of the game.
Well, got a bit of a surprise here. Coach Henson did not say this during the interview pregame, but starting quarterback Danny Burns was back for North Lincoln, and it made a difference in how well the offense went. They rushed for 347 yards tonight, so it looked more like North Lincoln than it had the 3 previous weeks. The problem was they got great field position, and they just couldn't cash it in. They started 5 times at their own 48-yard line or in Newton Conover territory, and they only scored 1 touchdown on all of those.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on that a little bit. We put a few more points on the board at least.
Yes, I mean, they turned it over on downs 3 times, a fumble, and 2 interceptions. So there's 6 possessions, and 4 of those, or 3 of those, 4 of them were on the plus side of the 50.
Mm-hmm. And I made to make you repeat yourself. Seems like what we saw in a little bit. And again, we're watching. This is for Newton Conover, number 7. He's running in for another score for the Red Devils at this point. This is halfway through the third quarter. They've extended their lead and doubled North Lincoln's score 28-14 at this point. And some good things that North Lincoln can take from this. Like you said, it seemed like they finally found a little bit of rhythm, or seemed like it looked a little bit more like their offense.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Burns is a senior. The young man that replaced him was a freshman. And that offense, the more time you have in it, the better decisions you're going to make anyway. And while he only ran for 83 yards, by looking at the total, you can tell that he made good decisions, was getting the ball to the right person.
Yeah. And, he'll only get even more familiar with this, with the offense every game he plays. It seems to me, and I think it might have been your commentator that was with you that mentioned, I mean, it can take a good 2 years or so to kind of get this type of offense down under your belt. I can't remember if he said that during the game or not, but it seems like I heard that at one point in the broadcast. But
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Scott's a defensive coach. He knows.
So tell me here, I'm watching this pass play right now from Newton Conover that took place towards the end of the third quarter. It looks like the North Lincoln player, the cornerback's got the ball and like tips it to the receiver into the end zone. I don't know.
You aren't hallucinating. That's exactly what happened.
Good gracious!
The defender for North Lincoln had better position, got his hands on the ball, and I don't know if when he hit the ground it bounced off, but it bounced off somehow. The receiver grabbed it, and he went down at the 1 yard line, and that set up one of Camden Ezzard. That's the quarterback for Newton. One of his 5 rushing touchdowns, plus he threw for the other one.
I mean, it looks like the cornerback catches it in stride, or almost has it caught in stride. It just comes off his hands, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, there was another touchdown in the first half, I believe, where the Newton Conover receiver kind of jumped over. He was behind the defensive back, but he jumped over him and took the ball away from him. So there were a couple times the receivers bailed out Ezzard or, made great plays when it didn't look like they were going to.
Yeah. Looking at this, here's the turnover again later in the game by North Lincoln, fumble recovered. Yeah, looks like the handoff exchange just looks like Newton Conover got great penetration. They're basically meeting the ball carrier right as soon as he gets the ball and just recover the fumble.
That makes it a little tough if the other team's in the backfield.
Yeah, here's another deep pass by Newton Conover's quarterback. Oh, then the receiver just got behind everybody on the defense. That's number 1 for Newton Conover. And at that point,
Tim Mahalik, that was a 57-yard touchdown pass.
Okay,
he laid it right in there perfectly.
Yeah, I just caught. Yeah, that was right in stride for him. And again, nobody in the secondary keeping up with him. Looks like he's taking it all the way to the house. Yep, 42-14 at that point. And let's see if we got one more here. I think.
AG with another touchdown run, 25 yards, and a 2-point conversion. And that made it 42-22.
Yeah, so that's our last play. You see AG going in right as you're talking about that. 8:55 left to go in the ball game. So, all right, Dave. Well, again, North Lincoln, tough loss today. Final score 42. Newton Conover 42, North Lincoln 22. Any final thoughts? Where are y'all next week?
I'm not sure.
No, TBD at this point, right?
TBD.
That's all right. Good deal. I'm sure you and Kevin will work that out and look forward to seeing y'all's broadcast and listening to y'all next week. But appreciate it. Where are the Sooners tomorrow?
They're hosting Kent State, who seems to be chasing paychecks. Florida State 2 weeks, Oklahoma this week.
That's right.
Can you blame Kent State? You seen them paychecks? They pay them guys to come and play.
Cha-ching.
Whatever.
All right, David. Hey, man, always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week. All right.
All right, thanks. Talk to you later.
All right, David Potter there for us, doing the North Lincoln Knights as they fall to Newton Conover 42. Or excuse me, Newton Conover wins 42-22. And so we've got most of our scores here final. We've got 2 that we have not confirmed as final, although one of those Will contends was over a long time ago. So,
it's been over since the broadcast.
According to Will.
So we still got.
It was over when the broadcast started.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have to run the clock up that part of the country.
I just don't think the scores turned black. It may need some more numbers on it, but it's been over. Steve, it's been over since I walked in the studio.
So did we? I don't know if y'all elaborated on this. I might have missed this part because I was tracking down when y'all were talking to Robbie, and I obviously heard the passion in Robbie's voice. Is the first thing he brought up when he was talking on the phone about the running clock and how we've gotten a little more in favor of the first team to get a pretty large, or what the state determines as a large lead, starting to run and clock. That large lead now is only 35 points.
Well, Chip, it could go both ways, Chip. For a team like Highland Tech, they'll welcome that 35 points.
Look at
but when you got, like Robbie say, when you got your backups don't get many reps, so it's got its good points and it's got its bad points.
But go back to these conference matchups we talked about. That explains why the running clock was lowered, if you will, because when Shelby plays Highland Tech and scores 90 points, you want to get that clock running as quick as you can so everybody don't have to sit there and watch that stuff.
And you can't run it till the second half.
As a coach, do you feel like it's I mean, 35 point, and I know that's 5 scores. I get it. Do you, depending on, I mean, if it's second quarter, early third quarter, at that point, are you thinking there's no way, there's not enough time for your team to come back at that point? Or I mean, I know you never want to.
If we down?
If you're down, yeah. I mean, I know you never want to admit defeat. I understand that, but I mean, just rationally speaking, do you think it's realistic? Can y'all think of a team that's come back from 35 points in high school?
Not with a run the clock.
Not with a run.
Well, or I mean, without.
I remember a couple years ago, believe it or not, I was on that end of it.
Yeah.
With Burns, they had a run the clock on us. It wasn't no good feeling, brother.
Yeah.
It's not no good feeling when somebody put the run the clock on you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do.
Speaking of legends, we have a legend walking into the studio right now.
Speaking of legends.
You look good in that brown stuff.
Oh my God!
The Bulldog Tom Sinifani has come in. He is he'll give us the rundown.
I'm gonna make this quick, guys.
All right.
Wait a minute. Tom's gonna make something quick.
Yes, it's gonna be super quick.
Definitely the best game of the night, Tom. Give us your breakdown.
Yeah, it's just 35-21, but the outcome was not secured until late in that game. The player of the game by far, Max Davis, 285 yards on 28 carries, 5 touchdowns, and had an 80-yard touchdown call back. They just didn't really have an answer for him. Stuart Kramer, Phillips, the quarterback, and the Hawkins kid is a real deal. I think they underutilized him. I mean, he's like 6'5", 250, and they put him out wide, Steve, and he plays like a wide receiver. I think the coaching staff needs to have a little conversation with themselves and get that kid more touches. I think he had 2 catches, Steve. There's no way that kid's only going to have 2 touches if I'm the coach.
Or he could transfer to Burns and get
right.
We tried to front him and back him like basketball. They still threw up there.
Yeah, no, they tried to single cover him one time. That was a mistake. He had a touchdown. When they had safety help over there, they took care of it. They pretty much neutralized him, took him out of the game. And McCorkle, the running back's pretty good. Had 93 yards, I think, on 17 carries. But they were, the third quarter, Stuart Kramer gets the opening the opening kickoff. They go down, score, and then we go 3 and out, and then they get the ball back. They had taken over the game there for a while in the third quarter, but Burns got the stop when they needed to. They gave him first downs, 3 penalties in a row. I know the 3 first downs on penalties in a row.
Yeah.
Burns ends up with over 100 yards on penalties. They got to clean that up. If I'm the Burns coaching staff, we got to clean up the penalties. But it was just too much Max Davis going down the stretch. And the one dirty play, I just tell you, he was 4 or 5 yards in the end zone. They push him in the back. I mean, come on. I know he's got 5 touchdowns. But, it's not like he doesn't really bring that on. He's not that type of guy.
Right.
He's not the kind that is going to blow kisses to you after he scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
he's just doing his job.
He's very much a lunch pail kid. I mean, he just goes to work every game. So our defensive player of the game, Jude Sowery, had a big sack on a 4th and 11. At that point, it was a 1-score game. Big sack. I can't believe they went for it 4th and 11 in their own territory. They had a good punter. I would have tried to pin them down and play defense one more time because it's not like they had no defensive success, Steve. I mean,
South Point did the same thing against Chris. South Point should have punted that ball.
Right.
And they went for it 4 times.
Sometimes the best play is a punt, Steve.
Yes.
I mean, you just got to go with that. But yeah, I know. Especially if you're an average punter.
It's not wrong.
And then once they gave Burns the ball deep in their end, they go down, score another touchdown. Davis on his 5th touchdown of the game. So they really did lean on Davis. In this game, there was only 1 turnover, but it was on the last play of the second half where they basically throw it up, see if your guy can catch it. If they intercept it, no big deal. So we did a good job taking care of the football. Nate Wilson, let's give that kid a little love. Defensive lineman got an interception tonight. Markelling Camp with an interception tonight. A couple of turnovers on defense. So give our defensive guys a little love too. And
what about my number 74? What did he do?
On the offensive line, did a good job tonight. Camp and Munger and Bo Harrell and those other guys, Jesse Bryant, those guys up front. They did a good job. Only one time they had a hard time. We had 4 shots from the 2-yard line, Steve. It took 4 plays to score from the 2. And they did get the touchdown on 4th down, but other than that, I think our offensive line did a great job. They don't get enough love ever, Steve. They never get enough love.
That's why I had to get my hogs. You got to get your hogs. You got to give them some love, baby.
But it was a big win, and they learned how to win that game because they were in a similar situation against Lincoln and let it get away from them in the second half. And you saw the similar situation happening. You know, the Stuart Kramer gets his touchdown, then you go 3 and out. You know, it's like, oh gosh, it's going to be the Lincoln game all over again. But
they came back and tied.
They were it was tied.
Yeah,
it was tie game. It was tie game.
They came back and tied us up, went for 2, tied it up 22-22, and they tied it 21-21. Yeah. Then the second half went away.
So congratulations to our guys. They go 4-3 in the year into their bye week. No disrespect, but a couple of games they should win coming up. Yeah. And then the big one, Shelby, on Halloween.
Tom, look at the scores for tonight. Is there anything that stands out to you?
42-7, crest over South Point. Yeah, I mean, I'll say that. I know I heard you guys talking about I was following that game.
Any potential games in the Burns future, the scores that stand out?
Oh, well, if we go to Shelby didn't play tonight, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got Cherryville 51-20. West Lincoln defeats them. Did Highland Tech play tonight?
Yeah, East Gaston beat them 34-0.
34-0. I mean, you know,
I don't think they scored.
You got a couple. You know, you got a couple of games that you should be heavily favored to win.
Is Cherryville y'all's next opponent in 2 weeks?
Cherryville will be our next opponent. That's our last home game.
Okay.
Set up the big one with you guys, Steve. I mean, but you guys have not lost a conference game, and we have. So right now, Lincoln and Shelby are really, right now, that's the de facto conference championship if Shelby's able to hold serve against Burns the last game of the year, because both those teams are undefeated in the conference.
But we play Lincoln this week.
That's what I'm saying. Lincoln
to say, you know, Lincoln will get that loss this week. Then you and Lincoln will be in a position for second place, and then if you can beat Shelby, you know, that might flip.
It'll be well. The chaos could be is if all 3 of those teams have one loss. That could be the chaos. And Lincoln is a good team. I mean, Lincoln's a good team.
And it's more important for us to win the Lincoln game because they're
3A, right?
And Burns are 4A.
3A because it's a 2, 3, 4. But
right.
But just want to say, congratulations to our guys. It's not. Just let me say, it's not exactly a warm and fuzzy feeling you have going into that place. So to go in there and get a win, it's not, like I say, it's not a place I want to go to. I'm glad I don't have to go
welcoming.
back. I'm just glad I don't have to go back for 2 more years. How about that? And I'm looking forward to be home in a couple weeks. So, guys, appreciate what you do. I'm gonna give it back to Will. Thanks for giving me your seat again, Will. And you know, Cleveland's arguably one of the worst offenses in football. Still found a way to beat you guys.
Hey, talk about your quarterback this week, Tom.
All right, Dylan Gabriel gets the nod. Old man Flacco, sentimental favorite, but just you might as well evaluate your talent.
Yeah.
You know, what do you got in Gabriel? What do you got in Sanders? Let them play. I mean, where are you going this season? Straight to the basement.
I tell you what, we'll trade you Bryce straight up.
No, that's okay. You guys can keep it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Tom's in the funny. Appreciate it, Tom. I'll see you in the morning, buddy. Enjoyed it. Burns victorious over Kramer 35-21. Probably out of all our broadcast games, definitely the best game of the night. And I think that game was a lot closer than the final score said it was. What?
Kramer.
Well, yeah, thank you. My mind was going there.
Kramer is a better team than people thought.
Yes.
That number 9 guy, he can really, really play.
Mm-hmm.
And they got speed, and that quarterback Phillips, and that big guy. Like Tom said, that big guy.
Yeah.
They need to find a way to utilize that young man because I'm telling you, he's got talent.
And in the coming years, Steve, there are going to be problems for Shelby and other teams in that level.
They just hadn't. See, they bit off more than they could chew. They started running off at the mouth. they let their mouth write a check. They couldn't cash, and started running off.
Regardless, they had to come to Cleveland County.
Yeah. See, they hadn't played. They had played all the
regardless
Augusta
of
County
whether
teams.
they was
Right,
playing.
they hadn't played the Cleveland County team yet.
Right.
You see what
Regardless of whether they
Be
was
a
playing
humbling
Burns.
experience.
It's-
Right.
When you come to Cleveland County, you got to play ball. Without a doubt.
And we guys, we do have one more phone call. Jeff's on the phone as well. Jeff, we got you. You hear us?
Yes, sir.
Sorry about the wait there. Apologize. Hey, man, where were you this evening?
I was at the game you guys were just talking about.
Burns and Kramer.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. We just heard from Tom Sinifani. But give us your thoughts and your observations. I'm curious about, and obviously Burns with victory, and Tom gave us a good breakdown. Great game by Max Davis, 5 touchdowns, 285 yards. I'm curious about your thoughts as well. Your observations. You've seen Kramer now up firsthand. What's your thoughts on them?
Well, in the first half, it was two very physical teams going at it, and it carried over into the third quarter. And, saw where, Burns scored first, and then Kramer tied it up at 7, and then it was like a 14-13, then a 21-13, and then Kramer ties it up in the third quarter. Then, of course, we also saw now I tried to stay on my toes about trying to get the highlights. I missed Max's 75-yard touchdown run. I saw it, but didn't get a highlight of it. Then I, decided to get a highlight of another one of his long runs, and that time he ran for a long touchdown too. But some yellow laundry on the field called it back. So without that, Max has 6 touchdowns, and I thought I compared him to NFL player Cam Scatteraboo, the running back for the Giants.
Yep.
Because that guy was a beast to bring down. I was like saying he is a load. But when Burns went up 27-21 in the fourth quarter, I felt like the difference in the game was when Kramer, what you guys said, they went for it in their own territory, 4th and 11, and they didn't get it. I knew that when they didn't get it, that they would that they pinned themselves against the wall, and I felt like once they did that and Burns scored, that was the ball game right there.
And another,
but it was also marred with too many penalties too. That game had more flags than Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, we played Stuart Kramer last week. I think we had like 19 penalties, so it might be the color uniform that them kids wear. But to get back what I'm trying to say, did you notice in the second half those big linemen for Stuart Kramer, like they was running out of gas because a lot of them played both ways, and you over 300-something pounds and you playing both ways. Sooner or later you're gonna be dragging. I think that's maybe what happened to them too. They ran out of gas.
And Kramer, they have a very good team, but I think numbers are probably not in their favor. And I think that played a factor a little bit into the fourth quarter. But this is, Kramer's going to be a team to really look out for because they have a lot of juniors, and I feel like Coach Ashton Simmons and the staff that he has, he's going to have those kids competing, and they're a very physical team, and they pride themselves on being physical, and I think the future looks bright there in Kramerton.
Well, let me ask you a question, Jeff, concerning the future at Stuart Kramer. Last week, or when they played Ashbrook, they got beat for the, third time in a row by Ashbrook. Tonight, Crest 42, South Point 7. Are we going to see a trend where some of those South Point athletes start matriculating to Kramer and making that Kramer program what South Point was and could be in the future?
It's really hard to say because the running back that South Point has right now, Pless, he came from Stuart Kramer. If you have Pless on Stuart Kramer's team, now I think Kramer's got a lot of good athletes, but you add Pless in there, I feel like you'd have a really monster running team right there. But it's really hard to say what kids are going to enter a program and what kids are going to leave a program, because the quarterback for Kramer right now, he played at Ashbrook last year. I mean, he was the backup at Ashbrook, and now he's a starter at Stuart Kramer.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell. In South Point, they got the tradition, and I think some of these kids feel like that they can keep the tradition going, and I think that's what's going to keep most of the players there. I know that South Point's or Crest has got a transfer from South Point this year, so kids come and go nowadays, and unfortunately, with the new transfer portal, if you can call it that, or I don't know how much NIL has. I'm kind of not liking where high school sports are going with a lot of these players coming and going as they please. I mean, I like the idea of staying like the Beach Boys said, stay true to your school, and but what do I know? I'm just a geek that covers the games.
I seen kids transfer in one school, they transfer back to that school, then they turn around and go back to the other school, then they turn around and go to another school in another county. I know this one particular man years ago. He went to all 4 schools in Cleveland County.
Yep.
Graduated at Kings Mountain.
Well, Jeff, I just think if you look at South Point, it's an older school, and then you look at Kramer, a beautiful campus that they have down there and facilities, that a kid's looking at that, he's going, do I want to go over here to this old school that's probably 50 years plus, or do I want to go to this new facility over here? And some of those guys stayed at South Point because of what you said. It's a winning tradition.
Right.
But when they get beat by Ashbrook and they get beat by Crest and they, start losing their luster, if you will, are those guys going to exit stage right and go over to Kramer?
Well, I think the true dedicated players won't, but some of them, you never know. I mean, there could probably be a couple that say, I like what Ashton Simmons is building over there at Stuart Kramer, so that they might want to get a piece of that action and see if they can, be part of that program and even start and make a name for themselves in that program. I mean, there's a lot that really goes into it, like former teammates from middle school, like chemistry, and is what some people like to say, bromance. There's really all sorts of factors on whether a kid can stay or go. But I just it's hard for me to predict. It's like trying to predict when the rain comes, or when the rapture comes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, you can
Jeff,
predict
let
the
me
rain
know.
in the year. I would predict the rapture because no man knows the hour.
Some kids,
nobody knows.
Some kids do good when they get a new change of scenery, because you at this one high school, and I'm about like you. I used to try to tell the kid to stick it out. Well, if you're not getting no playing time, practice harder, or show the coaches that you want to play. But then here you are, you got a kid. He's a third-team quarterback.
Yeah, but
then they tell him, this other school say, you come here and you can be my starter.
Yep.
What that kid gonna do? And what his parents gonna do? They're gonna transfer their son to another school.
Steve, we're gonna leave Gaston County of this, but about Cleveland County right now, there's players that live in one section and they go to school over in another section because maybe there was a star player ahead of him.
Yes.
And he needs to get playing time.
Yes.
So he goes to another school.
Right.
Yeah.
And vice versa. We can look at these players and they go not where they live in the district, but where they can get playing time.
Right, absolutely.
Right. I'll take a prime example. Not trying to step on no toes. A couple years ago, like ML Littlejohn, we make that prime example. He was playing behind Dayton. He was playing behind Dalen. Okay, now they was in the same class. Dayton a freshman. He's a freshman. Dayton was a starting quarterback. So
Yeah.
if ML had stayed in Shelby, I had got mad at first when he transferred, but then I started looking at his situation. Before
It just made sense.
Right, before our particular offense, ML didn't really fit in. Then guess what? He goes to Kings Mountain and makes the names for himself.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
becomes their starting
I'm
quarterback.
I'm not gonna fault a kid for a situation like that where they're just
Yeah,
trying to
yes.
improve themselves.
Yes,
Jeff,
yes.
Jeff, we got to run, but real, where are you gonna be next week, partner?
Very good chance I'm back at Ashbrook next week as they play Kings Mountain.
All right.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
That ought to be a good
Yes.
matchup. Well, we appreciate Jeff. Thanks for calling in as always. All right, Jeff Miller calling in.
If you get tired, you don't want to see a good
What's that?
game, come to Lincoln.
What's that?
Thank you very much.
Somebody else?
No, we need to take a break. So, all
That's what I
right,
was gonna say.
we'll be right back. And you're listening to the Full Throttle Power Sports Low post-game show. We'll be right back after this break. KTC Broadcasting.
Have you got a ping, pang, ding sound coming out of your car or truck? Well, then take it to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. A-Plus Automotive does all types of automotive repairs, from tune-ups to an oil change, and complete diagnostic work. And they are a North Carolina inspection station with over 17 years of experience. See A-Plus Automotive in Shelby today. They also do AC and heater repair. Get a running today with a stop at A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. See Charlie Heston today or call 704-482-0441.
There are better known tractors in the world than Coyote. Ones with bigger names, longer histories, more popular hats, cute toy lines. But there's not a single tractor ever been built that's better equipped to do the dirty work. So we'll let the others keep their squeaky clean images. And we'll focus on what really matters. Coyote. We dig dirt.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vale.
Here comes Duke.
He's got it! Touchdown! Four-man rush, pressure comes, he's in trouble, down he goes!
Attack the day.
Firing over the middle, and it's intercepted! And now a chance for a return! 10-5, good night! And the Blue Devils walk it off at Wallace Wade!
Follow the action all season long on your home for Duke football. The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Duke football on the Boss and Carolina Country. WOHS and WCSL.
Listen up. Open enrollment for any age is quickly approaching, and Golden Solutions is here to help. They have all the answers, and they are right here in Shelby. Call Claudia Vaughn today at 704-477-1426. Medicare annual enrollment period starts October 15th through December 7th. North Carolina State Employees Enrollment is October 13th through October 31st. And under 65 Marketplace open enrollment is November 1st through January 15th. And retired school teachers enrollment is October 13th through January 15th. More information, call Claudia Vaughn at Golden Solutions, 704-477-1426.
Sure, it's vacation time, but soon it'll be time to start thinking about going back to school. Now's the time to get ready with a visit to Logos to Go in Shelby. Tammy Chapman invites you to drop in soon. Right now, you can get your backpack and lunchbox, both embroidered, for only $12. Also get your kindergarten towels engraved. You'll love it. Logos to Go, 424 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Call Tammy at 704-482-7482. Open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like them on Facebook, too.
Leaf season is here. Don't wait. It's time to get leaf protection with one call to Gutter Guys. Remember, clogged gutters on your home can cause costly damage. Prevent it with a call to Gutter Guys in Kings Mountain. Remember Gutter Guys for seamless gutters, gutter cleaning, metal and shingle roofing, commercial flat roofing, and storm damage repair. Call 704-879-4384. Again, 704-879-4384. For Gutter Guys, serving the area since 2003. Online at gutterguysconstruction.com. Have you been thinking about remodeling your home? If so, call Streamline Designs. Streamline Design specializes in exterior and interior home and office remodeling. You'll find some great deals on aluminum screen enclosures, including sunrooms and patios. And inside, ask about kitchen and bathroom cabinet refacing at a fraction of the new cabinetry cost. Replacing the fronts with new wood or Formica, and all new doors, drawers, countertop, and hardware. Just call Streamline Designs, 704-977-7279. Again, 704-977-7279. 877-7279.
We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales Event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales Event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. New bride's gowns, mothers of the bride gowns, and more are arriving each day at Cameron Todd Bridal and Promo Wear in Shelby. And what does that mean? Well, the discontinued gowns have now been moved to the clearance rack, where you save money. Gowns there start at only $99. See the new fall bridal gowns, homecoming gowns, and more. And don't forget, they carry men's formal wear for sale or rent. That's Cameron Todd Bridal and Formal Wear, 1732 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right next to Hobby Lobby. Online at CameronToddBridal.com.
Damage from wildfires is devastating and traumatic. After wildfires, dishonest contractors show up hoping to make a quick buck from your insurance claim. They'll promise anything if they can get you to sign a contract, collect your payment in advance, and ultimately do no work at all. Avoid being the victim of contractor fraud. Get estimates from at least 3 contractors. Check references, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it.
To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB. This is a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
And we're back on KC Broadcasting for the Throttle Powersports postgame show.
Go ahead and pay attention in there, JP. You doing good.
Yeah.
He was nowhere close on that one. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. Kevin Hastings along with Steve Green, Dennis Davis, Will the Thrill Boykins, and Chip Carter. You're listening to the Kings Mountain Band get crunk. They won tonight 65-0. Now, the reason we're going to show you this is because we got the incompletion of the year coming up here in just a minute. We'll show some more.
It was called an incompletion, but it wasn't.
Probably the catch of the year, but it's going to be the incompletion.
I'm going to give the player credit for this one.
Checking out the Kings Mountain student section, there was more people in the Kings Mountain student section than there was on the North Gaston whole side of the field, Steve.
You pay attention, and you tell me what you think.
There were more kids in Kings Mountain student section than North Gaston brought fans to Kings Mountain tonight. Come on, Wildcats, y'all can do better. I got it.
You would have thought they were short just for Coach Wilson.
Yep.
Well, maybe some of the people there see Coach Wilson.
Oh, they swag.
All right, we are ready for the like I said, the incompletion of the year. It's definitely the catch of the year.
And we argued earlier, Will, it is a completed pass according to the rules.
I've got to search it because, of course, we got all our touchdowns posted, so I got to make sure I find this. It was earlier in the night. Maybe I need to type in here on my search, but I've done lost it. I had it a minute ago. I was trying to get crunk with the Kings Mountain Band real quick, and I lost the freaking.
Yeah, you swing the swag, you know. You swing the surf.
Yep, Chip.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Chip,
hey, Will.
Hey, Chip was over there doing the line dance. He's doing the touchdown dance.
Watch this.
All right, boys. For the folks watching at home, quarterback rolling right. He's going to go deep into the end zone. Catch or no catch?
That's a catch. Oh, my God, that's a catch.
Referee
Ball
disagrees.
never hit the ground.
Referee disagreed. The one standing right there calls it incomplete immediately. Watch him. Watch the referee.
That is a catch. How did he call that incomplete?
He's standing there looking at him.
That ball never hits the ground.
Great
That's
soccer play.
Crazy.
Incompletion of the year.
Look at the hands. Man, look at the hands right there.
What was his name again, Chip? Number 9, Kings Mountain Mountaineers. He's laying on his back in the end zone. It hits him in the stomach chest area. Bounces up to his left. He sticks his hand out.
Crazy,
it never hits the ground.
That's a touchdown.
Isaiah Branch.
With the catch of the year.
That's a touchdown.
And
That's
there's
what we thought.
the referee. There's the referee right there. There's the
What is he doing?
get his number. What's that number on his jersey?
You reckon he's from Kenny Coach Wilson?
My only question is, did he get blinded by the defenders when this ball hit the kid in the chest? What's the positioning right here?
Or was it one of those things?
Or did he see the bobble right here?
He called what he thought he saw, but he didn't see it.
Because during the bobble, the two North Gaston defenders crossed in his eye path. So it hits him in the chest. Now watch the two defenders. They cross while the ball is being bobbled. So I don't know if he may have lost anything.
That's
But anyway,
that's a heck of a catch. I mean, that is a heck of a catch.
I don't know. That's a good question, Steve. Ain't there a back judge over here?
Yeah, where he at?
Somebody ain't where they supposed to be at for sure. Somebody wasn't where
What was the
they
name
supposed to
again,
be
Chip?
at.
One more time. Isaiah Branch. Congratulations on the catch of the year. Incompletion of the year.
What's that official's name, Chip?
Incompletion of the year.
We're going to call him incomplete.
that is the proper name for him. He is incomplete.
I think it,
Referee incomplete.
I think it's just Terry Reinhardt on here.
Don't do that. Don't do that to my buddy like that.
Who's the referee again?
Ask Cinefani and Reinhardt tomorrow morning what that was.
Don't do that to my buddy.
That is crazy. I can't believe they called that. That is crazy. What a catch.
Whoever's over the officials,
this is the tape they need to get.
Officials they get graded on they like we grade our kids. The officials they get graded too, and he flunked.
he's going to be in summer refereeing school.
Hey, he got to go to detention.
I want to go through some of the highlights for the folks at home that we didn't see the game. Some of our announcers that we didn't talk to. So we did have coverage of that Kings Mountain game. I'm editing here on the screen for you folks at home because I don't feel like getting out of that mode. But so we got highlights of Kings Mountain, North Gaston, and highlights of Hickory and Maiden. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send Chip to the room in there of JP.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait a minute. What Chip do?
Send the Chip to
And
the
I'm going to have
office.
Chip. Well, he's going to go in there and read the scores. Just have JP move.
Oh, I thought maybe he was punishing him for some reason.
Well, I can't. Never mind, Chip. I can't do that. I can't do that. How do I do? Take a picture of the board there, Chip, real quick, and then go in there and read it. How about that? All right, because I got to get highlights to the folks at home. And let me go through the power poll real quick. Number 20, Bandy's. Number 19, Burns. 18, South Stanley. Number 17, Kramer. Shelby moves up a spot without playing this week to 16. Newton Conover is at 15. They move up 3 spots with a win. West Iredale, 2 straight losses. They're down to 14 now. East Rutherford moves up to 13. At number 12, South Point falls from 4 to 12 with a loss. 11, Maiden falls from 6 down to 11 with their loss. Number 10, Highbright moves up from 13 to 10. Let's see. Lincoln from 12 to 9. North Stanley undefeated now, 6-0 in the season. They move up they stay at number 8. Hunter Huss jumps up to number 7. Kings Mountain number 6. Crest now number 5. Corvion number 4. Hickory up to 3 now, and East Lincoln and Ashbrook remain 1 and 2. Ashbrook only 1 point ahead of East Lincoln by 1 point. All right, Chip. I want you to sit down and just start reading scores, and I'm going to go through.
Would they ever play each other? They not in the
Who, East and Ashbrook?
they 1-6, they 1-3.
Let me look. I had a piece of paper a minute ago. I could answer that.
Maybe one's a 6 and one's a 5.
Can you hear me?
The piece of paper I had in my hand could have answered that like 2 seconds ago, Steve. I don't know where I put it. Go ahead. Yeah, Chip, I'm going to let Chip start reading the scores. I'm going to go through highlights for the folks at home. And, Steve, I may be able to figure that out while I'm doing that, too. Just give me 1 second. Go ahead, Chip.
All right, finals. We have all finals. We did a good job tonight. Everybody reporting scores. We have final scores across the board. We won't have any that we're not sure about as we walk out of the studio. Final scores. Crest defeats South Point 42-7 in the surprise score of the night, I think, for everybody. We thought Crest could win, not by that much. Burns pulls out the victory against Kramer 35-21 as Newton Conover defeating North Lincoln 42-22. West Lincoln defeats Cherryville 51-20. The Mountain Island Raptors defeat Thomas Jefferson 28-7. Lincolnton shuts out Bessemer City 57-0. St. Stephen's
Real quick, Chip.
Yo, timeout.
I've got Ashbrook 6A, East Lincoln 5A. So
they won't play each other.
No, they will not play each other in playoffs. Crest is 5, Kings Mountain 6, South Point 5. All right, Chip, go ahead.
All right, continuing on. Thank you, Kevin. St. Stephen's shuts out Alexander Central 21-0. Watauga defeats Freedom 42-20. McDowell wins big over South Caldwell 60-42. It was Mooresville over South Iredell 48-10. Lake Norman Wildcats defeat Statesville 35-0. And it is Davie County defeating North Iredell 35-0 as well. East Rutherford shuts out Drawn 57-0. High Brighton defeats Chase 62-32. RS Central wins big over Patton 56-7. Kings Mountain shuts out North Gaston 65-0. Hunter Huss holds on to defeat Forest View 32-29. East Gaston blanks Highland Tech 34-0. AC Reynolds holds off Irwin 14-10. I'm holding my tears in. TC Robertson defeats Asheville 41-20. Starmount shuts out East Wilkes 7-0. Ashe County defeats North Wilkes 33-28. Allegheny blanks West Wilkes 7-0. And Wilkes Central defeats the Bucket Elks of Elkin 34-10. Other than Wilkes Central, it was a tough night for Wilkes County, it looks like. And then our last row here, we've got Corvian Community shuts out Pine Lake Prep 38-0. Lincoln Charter comes back to defeat Lane Tree Prep 43-42. East Burke defeats West Caldwell 48-8. It's East Lincoln over West Iredell 41-14. Bandies blanks Ford 20-0. The Red Tornadoes of Hickory storm back to defeat Maiden 38-21. North Stanley shuts out Albemarle 37-0. The Community School of Davidson defeats Lake Norman Charter 35-7. North Rowan defeats South Stanley 20-14. Mountain Heritage over Polk County 51-8. Mitchell defeats Charles D. Owen 40-7, and it's Hendersonville over Madison 56-3.
All right, we're watching for the folks online. This is Maiden going up 21-7 on Hickory.
That's a big one.
And what was the final score there, Chip, again? 38-21. 31 straight points from the Hickory Tornadoes after this play right here where the Blue Devils took the 21-7 lead with 43 seconds left to go before the half. So Maiden goes into halftime up 21-7 on the Hickory Red Tornadoes. Showing some more highlights. Got Laundry on the field. This made it 21-14. Late score there. It's tied at 21 all. And then we got some band. Let's see. That's the Maiden band chiming in. And then here's Hickory taking the game over, making it 35-21 on this play from a few yards out. All right, folks, next week's broadcast. Let me find the schedule. Next week's broadcast. Chase at East Rutherford for a Rutherford County Game of the Week. East Gaston will be at Cherryville next week. Crest will be at Hunter Huss. Burns has the week off. And the Shelby Golden Lions will be at Lincoln next week. That should be a huge matchup as Steve Green returns to Lincoln High School. Lincoln County Game of the Week next week's up in the air. We'll get back to you on that. Bandies at North Lincoln or West Lincoln at Kramer. And we'll let you guys know during the week. Just check on Facebook and Twitter. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys kind of pass around final thoughts on this week, Steve, and then Dennis and Will, and we'll wrap it up here in just a few moments.
Just shocked at the correct score. Thought South Point would show up, but that just shows you how much football we have here in Cleveland County. Chris coaches did a good job to stop the red bone. I haven't seen it stop like that in a long time. But Chris just had too much team speed. And then I'm gonna be looking forward to getting our guys ready to go over to play Lincoln. We got a tall task, guys. We got to stop the Lynch boys, and
yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to. But I'm pretty sure our coaches have a great we got a great game plan. We'll see what happens.
Well, Steve, I have been through many South Point Crest games over the years, and I have never seen one as this one-sided in favor of Crest. And I'll tell you why. They say that defense makes for championship teams. Tonight, Will, we saw that Crest has the potential to be a championship team. Yes, they lost to Whittington, but Whittington is one heck of a team and a potential state champion in a much higher division. Crest, a tip of the hat to the defensive side of the ball and the defensive coaches who came up with the game plan tonight to make this happen.
Again, sets off to the Chris Chargers for not folding up 10 after that loss with Weddington. I still say that was a good loss. Sometimes you have those good losses that bring
motivation.
You back. Yeah, brings you back down to earth. And I say that's a good loss. They've turned it around. I wouldn't want to be in front of them right now. They're playing solid football. I wouldn't want to be the next team out of the gate after they know what they can do against a good football team. So,
and they seem to have Ashbrook's number. So
yeah.
On down the road, they seem to have Ashbrook's number. So.
Steve, I think if you look at the polls next week, instead of South Point being number one, you'll see Crest at number one. And that's just a poll, but Crest was third. So I think you'll see that change.
All right, folks, we're going to send it out here. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. All the scores are black. We'll post those online. Tomorrow, we've got Tar Heel football in Clemson at noon. We've got Duke at 9:30 tomorrow night in California. We've also got racing on WCSL, racing on Sunday, and also Carolina Panthers and Miami Dolphins on Sunday. See you guys next Friday night. KDCBroadcasting.com.
I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pad strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday